So, hello everyone, this is Deadman Matador coming at you from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oh, and today we are doing another trailer analysis. And this time for the second trailer, known as Marvel Studios' Captain Marvel. Now, the reason why I didn't make a trailer analysis for the first one is that I didn't get a lot of information as I did in the second one. But now I have a bit more information that I could go on. I decided to take a look at it. Now, the main reason is because I don't know much about Captain Marvel, but from a little bit of research that I've done, in the most basic, kind of almost similar to the Green Lantern race, but only it's clear here that that Captain Marvel and the race that she comes from is far more powerful. So he began with basically on a train, in the subway train, and lead to what, I don't know, but we get a similar voice of Samuel L. Jackson, who's reprising his role as Nick. We'll get to him in a little bit. He talks about basically a rundown of what Captain Marvel is saying, starring Brie Larson, a race of creatures known as the Skrull, which I'm assuming they're the bad guys, and Captain Marvel is basically the Kree, a race of noble warriors as she describes it.
Heroes. Noble warrior heroes.
So after they talk, we do get a scene in what I believe is to be the place of where it all began. And before the shock, we see again what will soon to be Captain Marvel on the ground with the kind of bluish greenish color. Oddly enough, that same type of color is seen 10 seconds later as that blue liquid tube is entering in her bloodstream, probably seen as immortal juice. Throughout this is the monologue of a woman and pretty much describing what the race is and the power is that it brings. He's not only granted immortality and possibly regeneration, but he also gained a tremendous amount of power as seen throughout some of the clips. However, I do believe that there are two aspects, and I'll go to get to it. We see Captain Marvel of having electricity being shocked at each side of her head, which could mean is that they're either purposely erasing her memories, or the fact that they're trying to bring her back to life, and that's how she lost all of her minds and memories. However, she doesn't exactly forget them as she sees flashbacks of her past. And she's explaining all this to, Nick Fury. Now I'm going to get to Nick Fury. He looks completely different to how we normally see him throughout the Marvel Universe. My guess he's somewhere around maybe 10, 20 years younger than the Nick Fury. I'm assuming 10 because he still looks old, just not that old. He doesn't have the bald head or the beard, and minus the eye patch. Not to mention he seems like a kind of a Curious George, rather than kind of the wise old Yoda that we've seen in the cinematic universe. I know probably a lot of people don't exactly get that, but I kind of see it. More of Captain Marvel's memory is beginning to resurface, is that it began to realize that she's able to fly like a jet without having any knowledge of it whatsoever. Well, kind of having knowledge, but never really knew how. Then we get to see, what I'm assuming is a Skrull, which looks like one of the Dark Elves from the Thor cinematic movies. And then we see what looks like to be a starting of a war, between the Kree and the Skrull, which I'm assuming the plan is to take over Earth. And we do see FBI agents, or these could be SHIELD agents, or remnants of the SHIELD. I'm not sure when SHIELD was created, but I'm pretty sure it came before Nick Fury ever came along. But then we get at least this one line right here.
I'm not gonna fight your war. I'm gonna end it.
And then the final part, we see Captain Marvel in her iconic uniform, in her iconic outfit, here with the helmet and the mohawk and everything, pretty much just blasting shit away before cutting into the title known as Captain Marvel. However, now my speculation is that this is probably where everything began, and this is probably where basically before the start of the Avenger is before, or probably basically before or Iron Man, because this does take place probably about somewhere in the 90s or early 2000s. It's all led up to speculation issue that we might be seeing in the future. Also, after the title, either we see Nick Fury petting a cat.
Aren't you the cutest little thing? Aren't you cute? And what's your name, huh?
Fury.
What's you? I'll be back.
And like I said, not only a change of character in a physical aspect, but also in like the sort of personality aspect. He doesn't seem serious about a lot of the things that are going on compared to his probably older self. No, but I think this is where we're probably going to get a bit of more about Nick Fury, because we haven't learned a lot about Nick Fury. Although besides the fact that he's the guy with the eye patch and he's an all-out badass. So this could be possibly an origin story, kind of like a side story about where Nick Fury begins. But we're just gonna have to see. So we can't wait for March of 2019 to go see this movie. So guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? I'm gonna try to do more, or basically a trailer analysis video. And at the same time, I'm also playing a lot of video games on my channel. So, as always guys, I will see you in the next video.